Do you know how much money your company lost last year because of planning failures? And you know exactly where that money went and why. Industry benchmarks show that planning failures can result in about 20% of operating profit. For a $250 million distributor, that can mean about $4.5 million a year, plus another $3 million tied up in excess inventory. There are two main root causes. First, the plan has gaps from the start. Most planners still use manual spreadsheets. The information they need is scattered across different files and systems, so they rarely have the full picture at their fingertips. Second, the plan drifts. Demand changes. Suppliers run late, inventory moves, costs change, but the plan does not keep up with what is actually happening. Axyo's loss assessment looks back at the last 12 months and answers 4 key questions. How much did you lose? Where did it happen? What caused it? And what evidence supports the answer? We start with the overall summary: how much revenue lost, extra costs incurred, margin eroded, and cash tied up. Different views of the financial impact. Then we show you where that money went, which problems cost the most, and which customers, products, suppliers, branches, or planning areas drove those losses. Let's explore a simple example. We start with the company's total revenue loss. Then we narrow it down to losses from stockouts, one specific loss scenario, and finally one customer, one product, and one case. In this example, $45,000 was exposed, but only $40,000 was permanently lost. The other $5,000 was delayed or recovered. The assessment makes that distinction, so the loss is not overstated. Then we find the real cause. Demand was 3,281 units, but the demand plan called for only 1,461 units. Supply followed the demand plan exactly, so the demand plan came in 1,820 units short. The shortfall came from the demand plan, not supply. Finally, we show the evidence behind the conclusion. You can see when demand became known, when the demand plan was published, what inventory was positioned, when the shortfall occurred, and the source records behind every step. The next step is simple. Share 12 months of your data with us. CSV or Excel files are enough to get started. The assessment is free, read-only, and requires no commitment from you. Within a few days, you receive a report showing what last year actually cost you, and the evidence behind every number.